Hey everybody, it is Rolly, and if you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you are catching the replay. And so I wanted to jump on a little bit and for a little bit and talk about my experience with Chakradance. So today in my posts, I've been sharing about the chakras. I've been sharing about the chakra balancing program that we actually just had a session from last night. But that I also wanted to talk about Chakradance. So I actually shared some images. Hey, Donna. So I actually shared some images of a good morning or good afternoon, Julie. And I forgot to turn off my phone. Turn off. So I was talking about the Chakradance, and I shared some images of one of our retreats and a testimonial from one of our ladies that had attended the retreat. And so Facebook is being like so silly. Is anybody else having some trouble getting pages to load up and stuff? And it doesn't matter what device. So whether I'm using my phone or I'm using the computer or the laptop, it doesn't seem to matter what device. It's having trouble loading up pages, or at least it is for me. So Jen Barron, thank you, Rolly. You're welcome. And so I was trying to, good afternoon, Christine. And so, like I said, I was actually sharing about so I've actually shared some posts and I shared some images of one of our retreats. And there's like so many different images that I have from different various retreats and stuff. But Chakradance is one of those programs that I have that is kind of ongoing. So my initial response, or my initial interaction, or my initial experience with Chakradance was personal. And so I was going through some different I was going through some grief. And so Chakradance isn't only for grief, but I was going through grief at the time of my experience with Chakradance. And so with that experience, I was dealing with a number of different things, and I've experienced grief over the years. But this particular time, I actually was working with the energy of Chakradance and moving through the stages of each chakra. And so it allowed me, and I saw a huge difference, including the therapist that I was working with at the time had noticed a huge difference as well. And that's one of the things that was actually kind of really neat, is that she was able to see, like, I saw the difference. I saw, because she had dealt with me in a different circumstance with another event for grief that had happened. But so when we were actually working through this particular thing and this particular issue, she was able to see how differently I responded to the situation and the grief. And it just made a huge difference. So Chakradance, so one of the questions that Julie had on one of the posts was like, can you describe to me a little bit more about Chakradance and like, what is it that you actually experience? So one of the things that I really love about Chakradance is it's not a dance thing. So I have 2 left feet. I must give back. Yes, definitely, Lonnie. So I have 2 left feet. I move and I shift to the music, but I don't necessarily dance in the same sense. So it's like, not, okay, well, you need to take 3 steps this direction and 5 steps that direction. It really is a moving meditation. Hey, Kristen. So it really is a moving meditation, and it allows you to be able to move and shift with the beat of the music. So some of them are very much deep drum beats, or some of them are very much in tune with the lightheartedness of being in the heart chakra, and when we're going into the crown chakra, very much that floaty kind of music. And so it's, but one of the things that I think is really neat about Chakradance is that you do not have to physically stand. So you can do it laying down. You can do it standing, which most of us do it standing, but it's not necessary. or you can do it seated. Or the way that I have with my classes is that if you, that we always have the ability of being able to sit. So wherever it is that you're stationed, just making sure that if you are not sure if you're going to be able to stay standing the whole time, being able to find, have a space where you can actually get back into a sitting position. So we have people that will sometimes not be able to stay standing for the whole length of time, and it could be for different reasons. But if they need to have a chair beside them, or if they have their cushions so that they can actually get down onto the floor. And so the moving meditation really allows you to be able to shift and change. And so Chakradance is a licensed program, so it comes with the music. So there's specific music that I use for different programs, because I've purchased a number of the different programs from Chakradance, as well as a guided meditation. And so there are sometimes, depending on what it is that is going on, I may change the words to the guided meditation if I'm doing a Chakradance session. But a lot of times I stick with the script, simply because it allows you to be able to move with the music based on what it is that's going on, and shifting from, especially when we're doing one chakra to the next, where it's not just one particular chakra that we're staying connected to. So oftentimes I will follow those scripts, and that is because that is part of the program. And so it's really interesting to be able to see how people are able to shift through. So my retreats that I have, my women's retreats that I host, typically are very much all about chakras. And so in the one post where I actually share some different images with the testimonial that came from DM, and so so when she had actually attended that particular retreat, it was Journey. What was it? Journey. I can't remember what it was called now. Hang on a second. Let me see if it's still there. No, I already left that page. And so I'm not still there, but it was Journey to the Journeying season, the Journeying series. And so that particular retreat, so we started on Friday evening, and we started off with some Chakradance, and throughout the entire evening we actually moved into chakras, into the different chakras, and really connected to the chakras, and each person had their own experience. And there was one particular person who was there that when I was facilitating, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this lady's getting nothing out of this. And like, because like with everyone, I could actually see the movement, and I can see how they were shifting and changing to the music. But one particular person stayed literally standing the entire time. She didn't move, and it didn't matter how many times that we were getting started with a new meditation. And it didn't matter what beat that we were connecting to or what chakra that we were connecting to. Visually, for me, she was always standing in the same position. And so then on Sunday, when we were done, and we actually did a share, we actually shared everybody's experiences and things like that. And what was really cool with that is that everybody shared their experiences. And like I said, I can actually physically see how some people were shifting and moving to the different beats and the different music. But one particular lady, the one that wasn't moving at all, had described her experiences with the movement from the first time that we started on Friday until the last one that we ended with on Sunday. And she had explained how her entire body was vibrating. And like I said, physically, for me, from my perspective, she wasn't moving at all. And in the way that she was actually interpreting it and how she was actually moving and physically feeling, is that she was actually floating and moving around the entire room. And so it was just really interesting. It was a really huge eye opener for me, because I had been teaching the Chakradance sessions on a weekly basis to a number of different people, and I had people that were coming in regularly. But yet this particular situation was that this lady was describing how she was floating and moving, and how she was actually, with each beat of the music, or each tempo of the music, would actually shift and change. And so it was really neat to be able to see, because like I said, you can actually do it sitting, standing, or lying down. And so it was fascinating to me. It was fascinating for me to be able to see how that actually worked. And so for different people, right? So, and especially since like she had never come and experienced Chakradance. It was the first time that she had ever experienced it coming into the retreat. It was just something that she just felt that she needed to come to. And the one image that is in that post that I actually have is where all three of them, like the entire group came together, and they're actually wrapped, they're actually in a circle. So typically everybody stays in their own space, but this particular, and even with other retreats or other workshops that I've offered, everybody stays in their own space. But for whatever reason, with this particular group, based on the circumstances and the situations that were going on and the awakening that people were having, is that they came together and pulled together as a group. And so they were all connected with each other, and that they were actually dancing in that for the last final one, where they actually all just came together, and it was just incredible. It was like a really huge, incredible experience for them, but also for me as the facilitator. So like, it was really neat. And so I have regularly on Tuesdays and Mondays and Wednesdays, I offer Chakradance regularly. And then I offer different workshops and stuff as well with the Chakradance. But each one of my retreats always includes Chakradance. So everybody always has a Chakradance experience when they come to one of my women's retreats, which typically I have. I've been doing a fall retreat now for, it would have been the 4th year come September in Mattawa. However, with everything with COVID, I ended up canceling it, and we still don't know what is able to happen come September. So we actually canceled it in this time, so that it makes that difference. But the experience is so that everybody, we start off with a meditation. So like the process of Chakradance, and whether you come to my class or to somebody else's class, one of the other facilitators' classes, is that it always starts the same. We start off with a meditation. And so then everybody gets grounded, everybody gets connected. And then once we've moved through that meditation, then everybody either comes into standing, lying down, or staying in a seated position, whatever it is. I just ask people to like come to whatever position it is, so that we can actually start the movement part of the meditation. So we actually go through the movement meditation, and then we then come back together again. And again, there's no discussion at this point. So we actually shift from the standing meditation to the moving part of the meditation. Then we come back to seated. And so we come back to a seated position, and everybody has a crayons or has a notepad, and we actually start to draw. And even if you can't draw, I can't draw. I draw stickmen. But even if you can't draw, it's just intuitively being able to like, what is it that comes up for you? So for me, a lot of times, because I can't draw a lot, and I say that, but then there are some times that as I'm drawing, images actually appear. But for me to replicate that is not something that I can do. But the meditation part of it is, it allows people to tap into some of the influences. And for me, a lot of times what happens is that, because I don't check to see, okay, well, I need a blue and I need a green or I need a whatever, is that I just use the color of whatever it is that is going on, whatever it is that is coming up. And like I said, sometimes images actually appear out of the things that I'm actually drawing. And so some people are very specific to like needing to know exactly what color and that kind of thing. And there's, again, no right and wrong, but it's really about that intuitive connection as to what experiences came up for you. And then once we're done that, then we actually do a closing meditation. We'll do a share, and then we do a closing meditation. And so, and the share isn't about like, oh, well, like, can you identify my picture, or like really tapping in to what it is that is like kind of breaking down, like, and trying to make sense of whatever it is. It's whatever it is that you feel, whatever it is that you experience is whatever it is that happens. And a lot of people actually get some really intense insights. And so we have a one of the other ladies who actually attended that same conference or that same retreat that we actually had been having some different messages in, because she was actually coming to regular sessions, and she had been having different images and different things that were coming up. But then when she came to the retreat, is that she actually had a message that came forward from her sister. So her sister, who had passed away years ago, had came forward and provided her a message. And so it was just really intense and really enlightening as to what it is that was going on. And then one of the things that was like super cool was that several months later, it was she was going through her papers. And so prior to that retreat, is that she had actually drawn an angel. And so she knew it was an angel at the time that she was drawing it, that kind of thing. But as she was going through the old mandalas and the ones that were actually coming up, is that she came across this mandala and went, oh my God, this is the message that my sister was trying to tell me. And she was able to be very clear with it and that message when she came forward. So some people will get those kinds of insights. Other people get those internal insights. And each person's experience is completely different. So Tracy's saying, I love Chakradance, and I still love Chakradance. And so it is a really enlightening way of being able to connect with your chakras and really being able to tune in with yourself. So it really is grounding. It allows you to be able to tap into your heart center, tapping into each one of your chakras with using movement. And again, if you can't physically move, you can actually still mentally move, right? So you can actually stay laying down or sitting in the meditation, which still allows you to be able to internally shift and move that way. So I just wanted to hop on to share what my experience was with Chakradance and to share a little bit more about what it is that was going on. Hey, Christina. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Irene, Lori. And so it's just a matter of being able to, like, what is that experience? That experience is going to be different for different people. And, but it really is a great experience. And so, like I said, I offer it at different retreats that I have. And actually I offer it at every retreat that I have. And so it is just truly a life-changing experience, or at least it has been for me or any of the other clients that I've actually had. Some people, it's like it just doesn't resonate for them, and that's okay too. But I do offer this at the Wellness Center on Mondays and Wednesdays during lunch hour. So it's a very brief one. It's only 40 minutes. And it was so that people have a chance to be able to kind of reboot before they actually get to, before they have to go back to work. So there's a lot of different opportunities. And one of the things that I will likely start doing again is having weekly sessions again. But it all kind of depends on how things open up and what it is that's going on that way. So, but yeah, if you guys have any other questions, and Julie, I'm not sure if that actually answers your questions. But if it doesn't, definitely let me know, and I will be definitely more than happy to share a little bit more about what it is that is going on. And I'll actually try and see if I can find the promotional post directly from Chakradance so that I can actually share. And of course, the promotional post is like all these people that are dressed in white and like kind of moving. And so it's a little bit different than being in a session, but I don't record people in a Chakradance session. So I can't really share what exactly it is that people are experiencing in Chakradance specifically, but I'll see if I can actually find the promo post that Chakradance actually uses and share that experience so that you can actually see that in my next post. So I will talk with all of you guys later. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, definitely let me know and I will be more than happy to answer. Hey, Sharon. So talk to you guys later. Bye for now.